The universe holds two profound mysteries: dark matter, which shapes galaxies yet remains invisible, and consciousness, which shapes our reality yet defies explanation. Today, we'll explore the fascinating possibility that these mysteries might be connected. Let's explore something really cool. Both dark matter and consciousness share an amazing similarity. We can't directly see or measure either one, but we know they're there because of how they affect things around them. Dark matter reveals itself by how it pulls on galaxies and bends light, while consciousness shows up in our actions, decisions, and experiences. Think of it like seeing footprints in the sand. You can't see what made them, but you know something was definitely there. Scientists have tried all sorts of clever ways to detect dark matter, using massive underground detectors and space telescopes. Similarly, researchers have used brain scans, psychological tests, and experiments to try to pin down consciousness. Yet both keep slipping through our fingers, staying just out of reach of our best scientific tools. Here's a mind-bending idea to consider. What if our conscious experience is just the tip of the iceberg, with a hidden dark component we can't detect? Just like dark matter makes up most of the universe's mass while staying invisible, there could be vast aspects of consciousness that our current science can't measure. Think about those moments when you solve a problem without knowing how, or when you wake up with an answer that wasn't there before. These might be hints of this hidden mental universe at work. Some scientists suggest that quantum processes in our brain cells could connect to this deeper layer of consciousness. While regular brain activity shows up on our scans, this theoretical dark consciousness might be working behind the scenes, shaping our thoughts and decisions in ways we don't yet understand. It's an exciting possibility that opens up new ways of thinking about who we are and how our minds really work. Now let's dive into how quantum physics might connect with our consciousness. At the tiniest level of reality, particles can exist in multiple states at once, like being in two places simultaneously. Some scientists think our brain cells might use these weird quantum effects. When you make a decision or have a thought, billions of neurons fire together in complex patterns. But maybe there's more going on than just electrical signals. These quantum effects could explain how our brains process vast amounts of information so quickly, or how we can suddenly have creative insights. Think about it. When you're trying to solve a puzzle, your conscious mind might only see a few pieces, but your brain could be testing countless possibilities at the quantum level. While this idea is still debated, it offers an exciting way to think about how our minds work at the deepest level. Here's where things get really interesting. In quantum physics, the simple act of observing something can change how it behaves. This is called the observer effect, and it hints at a deep connection between consciousness and the physical world. When scientists measure quantum particles, the particles seem to decide their properties only when we look at them. This strange behavior has led some researchers to wonder if consciousness might interact with dark matter in a similar way. Maybe our conscious observation affects dark matter's behavior, or perhaps dark matter influences how our consciousness works. While we can't prove this yet, experiments have shown that quantum effects can happen in our brain cells. Some theorists suggest that dark matter could act like a cosmic consciousness field, invisibly connecting our minds to the larger universe. Though these ideas are still theoretical, they point to fascinating possibilities about how our awareness might be woven into the fabric of space itself. Ancient cultures had some fascinating ideas that oddly match our modern theories about consciousness and dark matter. The ancient Egyptians believed in an invisible force called Ka that animated all living things, similar to how dark matter invisibly shapes our galaxies. Greek philosophers like Plato talked about a world of pure ideas that existed beyond our physical reality. In India, Vedic texts described consciousness as having many layers, with our everyday awareness being just the surface level. Buddhist teachings went even further, suggesting that what we see as reality is just a small part of what actually exists. These ancient thinkers were onto something. They recognized that the universe and our minds had hidden depths that couldn't be directly observed. While they didn't have our scientific tools, they understood that visible matter and conscious experience we're just part of a bigger picture. It's amazing how these age-old insights line up with our newest scientific theories. Let's look at a fascinating experiment that's been running since 1998, the Global Consciousness Project. Scientists set up random number generators all around the world to test if human consciousness could affect their output. These machines are like electronic coin flippers, and normally their results are totally random. But here's where it gets interesting. During major world events that grab everyone's attention, like 9/11 or the 2004 tsunami, these machines started showing patterns that shouldn't be there. The numbers became less random, suggesting that mass human consciousness might be influencing physical reality. This connects beautifully with our dark matter parallel. Just as dark matter invisibly influences the physical universe, our collective consciousness might be invisibly affecting the world around us. While skeptics have their doubts, the project has gathered millions of data points that hint at something remarkable about human consciousness. When we sleep, our minds enter a mysterious state where the normal rules don't apply. Dreams feel real while we're in them, but we can't explain exactly where they come from. This is similar to how dark matter works. We know it's there, but it exists in a way we can't directly see or touch. Some researchers suggest that during dreams, our brains might access deeper layers of reality. Think about those vivid dreams where you gain insights or solve problems. Could our sleeping minds be connecting with dark matter networks in ways our waking brains can't? While we can measure brain activity during sleep, the actual experience of dreaming remains as elusive as dark matter itself. Scientists have found that during dreams, our brains process information differently, using unusual neural pathways and quantum effects that might allow interaction with this hidden cosmic fabric. Let's explore one of the most puzzling experiences humans report: near-death and out-of-body experiences. People who've had these experiences often describe floating above their bodies, moving through walls, and feeling connected to a vast consciousness. Here's where dark matter comes in. What if these experiences happen when our consciousness temporarily connects with the dark matter network that surrounds us? Think about it. Dark matter passes through solid objects just like people report doing during out-of-body experiences. It's everywhere in space, similar to how people describe feeling connected to everything during these events. Scientists have found that during near-death experiences, the brain shows unusual patterns of activity that could potentially open quantum channels to this invisible realm. While we can't prove this connection yet, it offers a fascinating way to understand these profound human experiences. Here's a fascinating question. Could dark matter have helped shape the development of consciousness during evolution? While regular matter formed the physical brain, dark matter might have provided an invisible framework that guided how consciousness emerged. Think about how life evolved from simple cells to complex thinking beings. There's still a mystery about how awareness itself developed. Dark matter's unique properties could have created the perfect conditions for consciousness to emerge. It surrounds every living thing, passes through regular matter, and connects across vast distances. Maybe it acted like an invisible scaffold, helping to organize the quantum processes in our brains that create consciousness. Early life forms might have developed basic awareness by tapping into this dark matter network, gradually building more complex forms of consciousness over millions of years. Let's explore how connecting dark matter and consciousness could change our future. If we can understand and tap into this hidden mental universe, we might unlock incredible abilities. Imagine being able to enhance our problem-solving skills by accessing quantum computing-like processes in our brains, or developing new ways to communicate using these invisible networks. We could create technologies that work with both regular and dark matter, leading to breakthroughs in everything from medicine to space travel. Some scientists think we might even learn to consciously interact with dark matter, expanding our awareness beyond our physical bodies. While these ideas sound like science fiction, remember that today's smartphones would have seemed magical to people a century ago. As we study these connections, we're opening doors to possibilities we've only dreamed about. Thanks for joining me on this mind-bending journey through consciousness and dark matter. We're just scratching the surface of these cosmic mysteries. If you enjoyed exploring these ideas, Hit like, subscribe, and share with your curious friends. See you next time.